Hello and welcome. This is Kristin from Life of Crafting, and I am here with another segment of my series called Let's Talk Paper. I will admit I'm a person who just loves and finds inspiration from paper. And I created a page on my blog of Life of Crafting that is for the Stamping Up papers, where I will talk about what I think of the prints and what's being shown in the prints, that type of thing. I am not pushing the Stampin' Up at all. I will have other brands as well, but because I'm creating this registry right now, I have hundreds of these paper prints, and so I'm going to be trying to move my way through those papers in this segment. So you're probably going to find 2 or 3 of these videos showing up in my feed in a week, just to get through the backlog of how many of these paper packs that I currently have. So today's video is to talk about this mega pack. It's huge. It is called Design a Daydream, and I believe this was a hostess pack from a couple of years ago. If you're looking for the details as to what catalog or what year it was offered, what colors are on here, what other things may have been part of this suite that it was in, all of those details are going to be over on the blog, so I would highly recommend you go over there. There will be still shots, so if I'm going a little too fast for you, you can go over there as well to see the still shots. Having said that, like I said, this is a mega pack. I believe there's 48 sheets in this pack. If I'm not mistaken, I've never looked at this yet, so I'm going to assume just from their other releases that there's usually 12 combinations, meaning there's 24 prints, and you're probably going to get 4 of each sheet. So we will go through. I'll let you know what I think. So here we start. This is the one that's on the front. How many of these do we have? One, looks like maybe more. So it is the 4. I do like I'm not sure, I'm not up on all the colors, which is another reason why I'm referencing you to go over to the blog, because I will be putting the exact colors. I'm not up on their colors. I think this may be like a Blackberry Bliss with the yellow. I like that color combination with the pink in there. Just very pretty. I like that wine color with the pink. That was what my bridesmaids wore at my wedding, so that I'm impartial to that already. I will say that up front. But very pretty print. I think the scale is good for card making. I think they missed the scale on quite a bit of things. And it's just got this netting or hatch kind of print on the back in green. The thing that I like about Stampin' Up is if you look, there is usually a very, very fine print in the back so that it's not that bright, crisp white. They kind of mute it down, and that's one of the reasons too that I like Stampin' Up. I do have a video where I talk about what I like about them, and that's one of the things I did not think to mention in there. This is a print that I think they're really missing the mark on. I think it's way too big for card making. You're probably going to disagree. You probably can think of a reason or how you've used that. I can see where it could be used, but I think it would have been a much better print in a smaller scale. And then they did a like diamond and polka dot print. That is really sweet. I can see doing some nice things with that. This one I just got a glimpse of, way too big, but again, would be nice as a background maybe. Because they kept a tonal and tone, I think it could be a good background that you could put something in the front of and still pull that off. The back of this is more of that netting look with the, I call it muddled, but distressed, whatever you want to call it. Just got a glimpse of this. This is really pretty. I like the colors they chose in here. Again, I think it's very big, but you could definitely be using that. I like that the white shows through. I think it helps pull the color down, that whatever, if that's Blackberry Bliss or Rich Raspberry, that is very bold. I think the white in there helps it, but if you're a person that likes crisp, even lines, this is not going to be a paper pack for you, because I'm already seeing it's very hand done, but I like it. I think card making has a lot of different ways to do things like that. This looks like a basket weave to me, and again, this looks like where they may be using the Rich Raspberry and the Blackberry Bliss, where they're mixing them up. Very nice. Scale is very large. I wish they did some smaller scales. It seems like the most of this pattern so far has been a very large scale print, and I think, again, they're missing the mark of card makers. Here we have a bicycle print, which takes me back to their birthday basic collection from like 2012 or 14, in that era. They did one like this, and it was different colors, and it was for a birthday themed pack. Very faintly in the background of this is a grid pattern. I don't know if the camera is picking that up. I like this print. I think it's very fun. I think you could do boy or girl for that. I don't know, it's very masculine, but you know, obviously you can pull in something like that for the more masculine if you're looking to go that route. But it's a fun print. I think it's cute. And then it goes to this, looks like a tile, like a mosaic tile print or something. So cute, cute. Here we have, this almost looks like, you want to say it's like an animal print, but if you look, it reminds me of stuff out in the gardens. It looks like they're like in circles, like you see people that do stepping stones and stuff in gardens. So they're like radiant circle off of there. It's a little mind-blowing, like my eyes are crossing. These look like pinwheels to me, and there's very faint in the back lines, like a line paper would be. So that's why I say sometimes you really have to look at the background of the paper from Stampin' Up! To really see what's back there. That looks fun. Like I said, I kind of like it on that background too. So that's fun. Good for every day. This is a little busy. Looks like, you know, what's been really hot for kitchen tiles and stuff like that. Looks kind of Venetian to me. They have multiple colors. There's a yellow, there's a pink, and that blue that's in there, and then there's a black that's got the outline of the circle there. I think that's muted enough that it won't overpower something that if you wanted to color or do something yourself, and you use that in the background. You have these like tri-leafed looking little flowery things on the back. That's kind of nice. Again, I think they go well. Sometimes I don't think the papers mix and match well, but this one does mix and match well, I will say that. Here we have kites. Now this is really cute. They went with kind of an ombre effect up the page, so it's really light, dark. Sometimes I think you ruin the picture by doing that because it really looks faded versus good. Well, they kind of did the ombre this way. They kind of did it on a diagonal, it looks like now. My lighting's not the best in here, but still. Then they did, this is almost like a man's tie pinstripe, but it's done with pink, yellow, and that bold Blackberry Bliss. And your eyes get so messed up looking at all of the Blackberry Bliss that you're really missing the pinks and the yellows that are in there, and the white just kind of pulls it together. You're really, to me, if I was going to do anything with that, you really need to just put that as a background and kind of mute that down, or you're really, your eye just is going to be taken over by that stripe versus anything you put on the front. Here we've got a tone-on-tone floral in the pinks. I'm very partial to pink, so I'm really kind of liking that. That is nice that you can really put something of your own on there, either one of these, and you can own it. That's not going to own you. But to me, that paper is going to not be the start of something. It's going to be an addition to something. Ooh, not a fan. This looks like the old wallpapers of the 1970s. If you weren't doing Centennial, this was something you'd be doing. Ooh, not a fan. That looks like the pierced design that you'd have in the front of a radiator. Kind of like that. I would be using that side. I definitely would not be using that side. Just saying. Very basic background kind of paper here. And another bold stripe, but they look like, do you ever do the string art kind of stuff? That's what that looks like. It's they don't go straight across. There's some that are going on diagonals and stuff. So that's what that looks like. Again, to me, you'd have to mute that down or your eye is just going to go to that stripe the whole time. Very medallion damask kind of look here. Not bad. I think that's a good one, but like I said, I like paper to be my inspiration of where I want to get started from. This is one, if I'm looking for something I already have, maybe my die cut, and I know what I really want to do with it, this would be a good, it would complement what I'm having, not be the focal. And then the back is these birds flying. This is really sweet. I could see you do, this you could almost use in a sympathy. A lot of this paper pack is very versatile. I'm looking at this now, and a lot of this is stuff that you could do, again, if you're looking for a paper pack because maybe you're tight for space and you need something that you want to do for a year round. I'm looking through this pack now, and it is, you could do everything from birthday to sympathy and everything in between. I mean, there's a lot of different patterns and colors, and you know, this is really a sweet, sweet pack. Like I said, this has been discontinued, it's retired, whatever they want to call it. If I have any of this paper available, I will be making it available on my web or my eBay. I will put a link down below. But this is a nice paper pack. I don't see me making anything with it. It's just, like I said, it's sweet, it's nice, but it's not like I have to make something with it. There are some of those paper packs, and if you look at enough of these segments, you will be told which ones they are. But I do really think this is a nice pack for the value of what you're getting. And the colors, there's enough color in there that you could do you know, different cards, and people wouldn't think it's the same card either. That's another thing, is that sometimes you make cards, but the colors in it are so similar that you feel like it's the same card when it's not. I think you could do enough out of this paper pack that you would have enough individuality going on. So that's my thought. If you get any inspiration out of this series, would really appreciate it if you give some thumbs up in support to my channel, but it also supports me in letting me know that the content is one that you enjoy. I would also be appreciative if you subscribe down below, because then that would bring my new stuff into your feed when it's released. I have a lot more to go, so I will catch you next time. Bye.